Welcome back to the Sherrill Tire and Auto Center, here back for our afternoon edition. We have a Rapids guy, native Cole Walters, here with us, the Tri-County coach. Cole, nice to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so first off, kind of how was the atmosphere this morning? We saw two great matchups in Division 5, a division you're similar with, and kind of have some understanding. What did you think of those games this morning?
Yeah, they were both really closely contested games. I felt the second game, I know Lena, it was back and forth in the first half. They pulled away in the second half, but Clear Lake kept it close. It's their pressure defense. Ava Brooks is something else. She's a phenomenal basketball player, and she was the main reason why Lena was able to win that game.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stat sheet here. It was until that kind of a 5-point run, and we saw it down at the other end. They had a rebound, a 3-point, and then they got a steal and turned it into a 5-point lead. And games like this in Division 5, we saw this morning with the Albany-Monticello game, a score here or there could be the difference. Is that something you're familiar with and would agree at this level could be a big difference?
Oh, 100%. Score here and there makes a huge difference. You could be up 3 at one point, all of a sudden the other team gets a 3, gets a steal, and it makes a layup 2-point game. Momentum shifts. So any turnover, any offensive rebound can make a massive difference in this tournament.
Talking about the girls' basketball landscape overall, as we're here at the Resch, the biggest stage, we see West Salem taking the floor behind us. Kind of how's the field this year in terms of other field and what you know in your division even? What's the field look like maybe in terms of the last few years?
Yeah, I gotcha. So coming from Division 1, that field is just so wide open. So many teams beat each other up in Division 1. And my first year being in Division 5 this year, even then, it's just anybody has a chance to go to state. Even for the Central Wisconsin South Conference, like we battle Pacelli, Pittsville, any of those teams have any opportunity to make the state. Like the competition's at an all-time high in girls basketball now, and I'm happy to be a part of that atmosphere.
Yeah. Speaking about some of those teams, we saw Lena. You mentioned they played Pittsville earlier in the year. Yeah. Pittsville with a chance to get here in a close one as well. When it comes down to this time of the year, what does it take for a team to come out on top and get that extra edge and to get the chance to play here at the Resch?
Wow. Obviously constant practices, focusing on film and such. But I think if the team can stay together and build that team chemistry throughout, I think that's the most important thing to get here is keeping that team chemistry after a long regular season. Just staying together in the playoffs and believing in each other to make a run. I think that's the most important thing.
Cole, is this your first or second year as head coach at Tri-County?
This is my first year as head coach at Tri-County.
So just talk us through how your year went. Obviously, you're trying to come and shape the program your sort of way, implementing your new culture. Kind of how has first year been, and talk to us a little bit about the Tri-County program.
Yeah, so Tri-County, they were really good in 2016 to 2018. They went to sectionals in 3 straight years. Right now, they've been on a downslide, and I'm coming in trying to rebuild a program that's been on a slide for the past 5-6 years. So it's a lot of work rebuilding the youth currently. It helps me teaching 3rd grade out there where I've built a good chemistry with a lot of youth kids. So after my first year, we went 5-18, unfortunately. But right now, I'm focused on trying to build that youth, get kids involved in the basketball in the small town of Plainfield, and just know, like, hey, basketball is an amazing sport, and I'm trying to get them involved in the game to help rebuild that youth program.
Yeah, when you see these programs in the communities that are here today, we're about to see Pewaukee, West Salem take the floor. 2 great communities that get involved. You mentioned the youth program, starting them young. How big is that to have the support young and get these girls and even boys on the boys' side in early and in young to get involved in the game of basketball and really fall in love with it?
Yeah, I think it's tremendous to get them involved. Once you get them going, picking up basketball in 2nd, 3rd grade and so on, they fall in love with the game, and just getting like parents involved to get these kids out for youth, and you have your youth coaches behind you for that kind of stuff. Just promoting basketball to kids and just getting them involved, like playing with their friends and such. Like, it's just so big to get youth involved. Just to help build the system. It's tremendously big for a program.
Awesome. Last one, Cole, before we let you go. What's your feeling been here today at the Resch? We saw 2 great games this morning, 4 great games to go. What's the vibe been for you?
Oh, it's been amazing. This is my 6th straight year coming out here, and I love the atmosphere. Everybody's energetic. Crowd's getting into it. The student sections are amazing here. I absolutely love the atmosphere here, and I will continue to love it here.
Awesome. Tri-County head coach Cole Walters, thanks so much for joining us, Cole. I appreciate you for the time. We'll let you get going. You heard from Cole. The field is tremendous here this year. Another set as the stage is set behind me. We got West Salem versus Pewaukee. 2 great programs here. Pewaukee back for a 2nd year now, as they were here last year. with a set of twin sisters that are some high-level scorers. We're going to see on the other side a little later a Notre Dame team that has now won 3 straight titles, meaning the seniors on this team have a chance for history, being the first ever boys or girls team to go 4 straight gold balls. That'll be the Notre Dame game this afternoon. They could take on the winner of this one, Milwaukee West Salem. But before we wrap up our Cheryl Tire and Auto court report here, I do want to touch on our games this morning. First up, we had Albany Monticello. Albany was also here last year before the two became a co-op, earning their first trip to the state title after falling in that semifinal round. Coach Dasher was ecstatic. I got to talk to him at halftime, and he really was telling me that these girls were groomed for this. This is something they believed in when they started the year, and now their dreams are accomplished. And it followed up with an even greater matchup. Lena, they took on Clear Lake and got a 5-point win. 2 close games in that D5 field, meaning tomorrow morning is going to be set up for a blunder of a match. Going to be maybe a low-scoring one as both teams are efficient on the defensive side of the ball and put a lot of pressure, making it a back-and-forth one. But we're set to have a good one kicking off the day. Next up, like I mentioned, Milwaukee versus West Salem. We'll see as we're about 10 minutes from tip-off here.